Good evening and welcome to Mystery. I'm Vincent Price. Tonight, The Crooked Man, another engrossing adventure of the incomparable Sherlock Holmes. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, in writing the 56 short stories and 4 novels that make up the Holmes canon, often left out details or skipped whole periods in the detective's life. And while this may have perplexed some readers, it acted as an inspiration to others. There are certain unofficial rules which are obeyed by many who write about Holmes. Some who believe Holmes and Watson to be much more real than their creator never even mention Conan Doyle himself, but maintain a somewhat high-camp intellectual joke by confusing fact and fiction as much as possible. Dorothy L. Sayers, herself an avowed member of the Holmesian cult, announced that this exercise must be played as solemnly as a country cricket match at Lord's. The slightest touch of extravagance or burlesque ruins the atmosphere. Nowhere are there more societies devoted to Holmes than in the United States. It was here in 1934 that the very first Sherlockian club, the Baker Street Irregulars, was founded in New York City. Originally limited to 60 members, the number of Sherlock Holmes stories, the club still meets, still offers its first toast to Irene Adler, and still publishes papers of Watsonian scholarship, most of which have become collector's items. Franklin Delano Roosevelt and Harry Truman were both secret members while they were in the White House. Perhaps the most famous or infamous member of the Irregulars was Rex Stout. During one meeting, he refused to drink the toast to Dr. Watson's wife. When questioned about this, Stout announced that through careful examination of the original text, he had determined that Watson was actually a woman. Thereafter, so it is said, Stout continued to attend meetings, but always with a bodyguard. The speckled band of Boston, the scandalous bohemians of Akron, the dancing men of Providence. Many of these scion societies are open only to men. Not surprisingly, then, was the formation of the all-woman adventuresses of Sherlock Holmes in New York. And what is undoubtedly the most exclusive of all clubs, the female one-member solitary cyclist of Washington, D.C. Hobby, cult, addiction? Well, who can say what motivates these Holmes enthusiasts? The great detective himself said, art in the blood is liable to take the strangest forms. And sometimes when the, shall we say, excesses of Watsonian scholarship create mental gymnastics so brilliant as to seem totally exhausting, some fans might also recall what Holmes called that supreme gift of the artist, the knowledge of when to stop.